I'm using this as an opportunity to give people a peek into who I am.
Who is Greg Jones? Let me simmer on that for just a second, because I want to make it a good question.
You want to make it a good question?
It has to be good. Who do I want to know about you?
What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh man, cookie dough or strawberry cheesecake. What do I want to know about you? I want to know, why is it that you are so... What drove the passion for this pioneering peace movement? Like, what made you so passionate about that?
What made me so passionate about being pioneering?
Yeah.
A pioneering person?
A peaceful pioneer.
Oh, world peace pioneer.
Spreading all of that.
What made me passionate about it? I just saw too much of the disarray and became disheartened by it at an early age, and I felt called to do something about it. But in ways beyond raising awareness, in ways that actually affected meaningful change that echoes across generations. And you have to be structured, you have to be intentional, and it has to be rooted in action. And for me, it's all about leaving a legacy of empowerment that people could leverage in the years to come.
I have another question, but I'm trying to figure out how to use the right words. Am I talking?
Yeah, definitely make sure
Yeah,
it's in the right place. It's so imperative.
I think I've slowly turned it as I'm looking at you, but we're right.
There we go.
In there, like somewhere.
Anchor your thumb and just talk there.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Talk at your thumb.
You have a lot of structure, and you have a lot of little hacks on how to help remember things that are helpful to improving mindfulness and awareness as growth is happening. Where'd you get those? How'd you develop those?
The hacks and the acronyms and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Just being a nurse and having a decent family and being mentored by people along the way who thought enough to impart wisdom upon me, and I soaked it up. A lot of good game. And then peer support. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention peer support. Just the whole paradigm of peer support and the many rabbit holes that people can get into in peer support. The tools are in peer support. How to relate in better ways, how to pretty much have a reliable system in place for yourself that makes your inner peace durable and the peace between others, you and others, durable. I learned a lot of that from peer support.
I love that. I'm clapping.
Yeah, peer support changed my life.
Heck yeah. Okay, what's your favorite food?
My favorite, Oysters Rockefeller.
Oysters Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Oh,
So good.
that's gross.
It's fucking great.
What do you
Oysters
like about
Rockefeller. What do I like about it?
Yeah.
I think Oysters Rockefeller is really cool because I'm looking at a deer right now. It's just so tight. Washington's so good. Washington's beautiful. Oysters Rockefeller is really good because it has all the things that typically wouldn't be put together so beautifully. Oysters, cheese, spinach.
Cheese.
Yeah, you never had
My
it. have
God.
You don't even know.
Hell no. I just
That
don't
shit
like
is
oysters.
crazy.
They're nasty.
And it's baked and broiled, and you put it in, and it's got cheese and the spinach, and oysters are mixed together, and it's crazy. It's really good.
What's your number 2 favorite food?
Number 2,
Yeah.
ice cream.
Period. Period.
Ice cream.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like ice cream with rainbow sprinkles.
With rainbow sprinkles.
Yeah.
Where do you think that your
What's your favorite food though? This isn't just about
potatoes.
me. You love potatoes so much.
Potatoes. Mashed
Yeah.
potatoes, scalloped potatoes, double baked potatoes, potato skins, home fried potatoes, French fries,
Yeah.
waffle fries,
Yeah.
sweet potatoes, all potatoes with butter.
Potatoes. What's the second one?
I really have to think about that because I really love food, but it's like a tie between chicken and pasta.
Nice.
Yeah.
You like Italian food?
Heck yeah, fettuccine alfredo with chicken.
You ever been to like a really nice Italian restaurant?
I don't think so.
I saw Chuck Mangione at Della Notte in Little Italy in Baltimore, Maryland when I was like 13 years old for $5. Italian restaurant. He was playing on the patio. It was crazy.
Wow. You have mental pictures snapped
Oh
in your
yeah,
head.
fucking life-changing moments.
How did that inspire you?
Just being a high schooler on the East Coast with access to some of the best stuff, like culturally, New York, DC, and then like the jazz clubs. I go upstairs and just hang out with jazz musicians who typically are backstage at big festivals or like backstage at big amphitheaters, but they play these small clubs in DC. And I used to just wander around the clubs and go upstairs and like talk to people, and that's how I met Roy Ayers and like Mark Adams, and they started sending me chords, and I became friends with these guys.
Wow.
But I was just like a high schooler, ballsy enough to walk around the club and like talk to people and walk in the dressing room.
Hell yeah, as you should be.
Yeah.
Period. Drastic.
But like, I would say being on the East Coast kind of gave me that, because where I come from, I mean, people do stuff, but in Baltimore and DC and New York, like, you really got to be a shaker, and you gotta get out there and you got to make something happen, or else you're gonna die. You're gonna die from hunger.
You dropped a can.
Yeah.
So shaker is like go getter.
Yeah, you got to be a mover and a shaker. You gotta be in the mix. You got to get something going.
Hustling,
you got to be a
bustling.
hustler. Yeah. Out there, or else you're not gonna survive.
Doing the thing.
Or you're gonna be like pretty much eaten alive. Sharks. That's true.
Yeah. So my next question then is, what show or event had the largest impact on your creative growth?
What show or event had the largest impact on my creative growth?
Number one.
Number one? Probably the time my parents took me to see Prince when I was a kid.
Oh
in
my
Atlanta,
God.
Georgia. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They took me to see Prince because they saw I was addicted to Purple Rain. So they bought me a ticket.
That's really sweet of them.
Yeah, it was sick.
That's thoughtful and intentional.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I love that. How was it?
Crazy.
Can you bring us through, like, give us some images?
I can only remember like batches of it because I was so young.
Oh.
But I can remember that it was super impactful for me, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is crazy. Like, he's up there doing all this work on the floor, and he's shredding guitars. It's next level. People are like really interested in what we're doing. They're like, that's a good idea.
Hey.
They're just like riding by like, wow,
Yeah, it is great.
that's not a bad idea.
You're welcome. Be inspired.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What's number two?
Number two.
Number two.
Oh man. Show?
Or event, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Artsy thing.
I've been a lot of different things, but what I can say is it's always a magic to Broadway. I've always loved Broadway. Me and my mom going to Broadway in New York and going to a show and doing the whole New York theater thing. That's That's crazy. That's vibes. That's theater.
So for somebody who has never experienced anything like that, the most theater that I have is choir and our choral shows that we would have like 3 times a year in high school,
Tight.
mind you.
Were you in those?
Yes.
What'd you do?
I sang and danced.
Okay. What was your favorite role to play in one of these plays or whatever?
My favorite role to play?
Yeah.
I don't think that I ever actually played a role as it was that I had a position in a group. I really enjoyed watching everybody do all the stuff. But okay, so there's show choir, right? And I really wanted to be part of show choir, but the only way that you could do it was if you were on the 0 period. It was a 0 period, and I wrestled, so I had to go to wrestling practice in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a sacrifice I made for the team.
You were a very eclectic child.
Was I?
Obviously.
I guess so. That's how I ended up in this tree.
Fucking drama kid, and then you wrestling and all this other stuff that we've talked about.
It's all family stuff. Like, all of the stuff created a family in an environment that felt like I was a part of something.
I love that. Flight moment.
Oh man. Okay, so then where is your favorite place that because you've gone a lot of places and I have not. Where is your favorite place
That I've been thus far?
Yeah.
Like just traveling or like living? That's 2 different things.
Both. And why? So let's start with traveling and why.
I really enjoy Copenhagen.
Where is that?
That's in Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a bicycle and I was just riding around Copenhagen.
I think I've seen that on Instagram before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it looks really peaceful there.
Yeah, you saw the bicycle and the crane in the background.
All sorts of great stuff there for community and people. Just looks like everybody loves where they live.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And they're very green and they're very energy efficient.
Heck yeah.
And they're very eco-friendly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But functional and polite and evolved, I would say, in terms of culture. Like when I think about Seattle, I think Copenhagen's what Seattle wishes it was. Specifically Nordhaven. Like I was in Nordhaven. It's like this industrial this industrial area. That's Tacoma, guys. A lot of drag racing. It's this industrial area where they have like this mixture of bridges and walkways where all these people are basically walking to get exercise and riding bikes, and then they have like these spas all over the place. In the spa, one of my favorite spas, the Crane, is in a crane in the industrial district where there's also industry transpiring. So it's like a mixture of industry but also like eco-friendly, healthy living, and I think that's the future. People think that they have to happen separately, but I think it's actually combined. I'm like an industrialized hippie.
Heck yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So that's the why, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
What brought you there?
What brought me where?
To Copenhagen.
I wanted to go see the crane.
Oh, so you're just like, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go study the crane. I thought it was very interesting, so I copped a ticket and I just went there.
How long did you stay there?
Was like. Huh?
How long did you stay there for?
A few days.
Do you wish that you would have stayed for longer?
I ended up being stuck there with COVID on the way back to the States. I was in a loft in Copenhagen for like a week. My first time having COVID. Fucking stuck there, and I had to get medical clearance from a doctor in Copenhagen to get back on the plane and come home. But I had to find the doctor myself.
That sucks.
So I just had to hit the streets and find a doctor, and I walk in there. He's like not even wearing a mask. He's got like these designer clothes on. What? He's like, "Oh, you're from America? I got my wife from America. Come on." He's like, "Can you breathe?" I'm like,
got my wife from America.
I'm like, yeah, I can breathe. He said, can you breathe? I'm like, I can breathe. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, I clear you. That'll be $80.
Wow.
I'm like, nice.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
Clear me. Because I could breathe.
How is having COVID before we move on to living?
I've had COVID like 5 times. So bad.
And how's that experience for you?
How's it been having COVID?
Yeah, I've never had COVID before. At least I don't know.
Fuck COVID, dude.
Because I've
COVID
never,
sucks.
I mean, I've always been able to breathe.
COVID sucks, man.
Hi.
It's okay. You've always been able to breathe.
Unless I have like a sinus infection or something, you know?
I mean,
And then you got Afrin, so.
it's bad. It could be bad. It just depends on what kind of person you are. I have asthma, so COVID kind of hits me hard. But I've been okay. I've survived. Yeah.
Well,
A lot of coughing. You could be like coughing for like a month after having COVID. It sucks.
that does suck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're here and that you can breathe now.
Yeah.
So
am I. I'm glad that you're here too. You never had COVID?
not that I know of.
That's really great.
Yeah.
How'd you avoid COVID?
I play in the dirt, so my immune system is lovely. It's strong. Got a good immune system.
Yeah.
Just be out there.
What'd you want to be when you were growing up, when you were a kid?
I wanted to sing, I wanted to dance, and I wanted to model, and I was told by everybody that it was unrealistic and that it would never happen and that I'm not going to be able to make any money doing it, and that I need to be an architect instead.
Architect.
Whatever.
Is that with your parents? Your parents were telling you to be an architect?
Yeah. My mom wanted me to be a nurse. She wanted me to work at the fucking post office. She wanted me to join the military. My dad told me that I need to be an architect or an engineer because I was so smart, that I need to be a doctor. And I'm just like, I just want to sing, I want to dance, I want to model. And then I started having lots of feelings. So then I was like, I want to be a therapist. I'm going to go to psychology. But once I got into high school, that all of the feels hit, you know. And then I was like in my sports and stuff, and then I was like, okay, I want to get a degree in nutrition, get my personal trainer certificate, and then also get my degree in psychology so I can help people holistically be able to understand their mind, body, soul, all this stuff when they're feeling feelings. And then somebody told me not so nice things about that, and so then I believed it and then went through life and then became a spiritual wellness coach. Anyways.
I think you'd make a great peer counselor.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
I also think that I would be a great peer counselor too.
Yeah, you should do the training.